And we're back again. No intro this time. Kind of feel like Jack Black when he says no games this week, but no intro this time. But we are going to do Fighting with My Family Stunt Double Takes edition here. And I'm going to try to put either a stunt reel for one of the two stunt coordinators here. But Fighting with My Family, probably better than Captain Marvel, maybe not. So it's based on Page, not Ellen Page, who defended Mr. Smollett on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. No, not that Ellen Page. Page, the WWE superstar, of course. And we got The Rock, we got Lena Headey, we got Florence Pugh, Pugh, I don't know. I guess Florence Pugh is the fictional counterpart to Page. But it's soap, basically WWE is just soap operas with stunt people in it, you know. I mean, it's all about stunt people. I remember when I was watching WrestleMania one time that they were supposed to throw one wrestler through a table, you know, like you take the table, right, and you break the table in half, and it just, the guy's forehead chipped off the edge of it. It was one of those times. I think it was 2008, WrestleMania, whatever WrestleMania number that was. I don't want to insult WWE fans if you don't. It's like, that was this number. It's like, I don't remember the numbers. It might have been 23, 25. I don't remember. It might have been the one, no. When Undertaker made his comeback, that was WrestleMania 20, when he got off the bike, the motorcycle. Anyway, so Fighting with My Family deals with the WWE real-life superstar Paige's journey from London, I guess, to America and becoming a superstar. A WWE diva, as it were. And let's go over the stunt people really quick. So we have the crew. We have stunt coordinator Paul Herbert, and we have stunt coordinator for Los Angeles, Theo Kypri. And for stunt doubles, we have Elizabeth Donker Curtis, who is the stunt double for Lena Headey. We have two for Florence, another actress. Tessa Blanchard and Nikki Stanley, who are stunt doubles for Florence. Casey Michaels is the stunt double for Kim Matul. Lauren Shaw and Laura Swift is are stunt doubles for Aquila Zoll. Then we have Bobby Taylor is the stunt double for Ellie Gonzalez. Then we have a wrestling stunt person who does wrestling, kind of like basically a WWE superstar, but not WWE. Brittany. I can't get her middle name right. Hold on. Brittany Iona Clemens. Okay, so let's go over the stunts. I mean, basically, if you know your WWE, you know what kind of stunts what to expect. There's the flips and the jumps in the ring. But let's go over some stuff you will see in the story. So we got some kind of fight scene going on here, backstage or at a high school, or looks like an auditorium or town hall. You know, two stunt fighters here. More convincing than I think Mike Tyson and Steven Seagal. But, you know, that's the kind of stuff you're going to see here. Now here you'll see like some training going on. Basically, like, you know, with WWE superstars, there's training minus any steroids or performance enhancement drugs. I still think about what happened to Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit. That was kind of shitty, but some honest to goodness training here on the set. I just like some of the flips and dives and tumbles. Anybody remember Tough Enough? There was Tough Enough 1, 2, and 3 on MTV, but I don't remember anything. I don't think there were any more Tough Enoughs. I remember that one diva bitch, this one kind of reminds me of, she reminded me of Brie Larson, you know, when she talked bad about white men, that she was trying to be a diva. And I forgot who it was. Al Snow tossed her off the set. Like, you know what, you're just not going to stick around. So they kicked her off the island, as so to speak. But I remember that. That's what I was thinking about right now. Nothing's more sexier than watching women, you know, do push-ups. So it does count as a stunt to do some push-ups. I can do up to about maybe 110 if I really want to, but I have to break those up into sets. For me, I do about maybe 70 in one set and then maybe an additional 40. So I mean, it takes time. When I was doing Kyudo, when I was doing some archery, I did it for about a season. So I have no black belt in Kyudo, but push-ups would be required to have a good stomach. So this counts as a stunt. All these women and men, you can see some. You can see I see one dude here, maybe two or three, but mostly the ladies here doing the push-ups. It's not much of a stunt, but it's a bunch. It's running, running, long, like almost running track. I think I explained earlier in the Mackenzie Foy video that I used to run track, and then I got bleeds, part of my hemophilia. So this is technically considered a stunt, running along long paths. In this case, running in sand. And if you can run fast in sand, you can do anything else. So that's another stunt. So this scene I'll explain. Well, when you see it in motion, you'll understand it a lot better. But this is basically two WWE divas kind of flinging each other around about in the ring. If you watched enough Raw or SmackDown or any kind of clip on YouTube or on WWE's website, you'll kind of get the idea of how women fight each other. I guess it would be, when I would play WWE on my GameCube or Xbox, I would have them go with the sledgehammers so two girls would fight with sledgehammers and chairs, because that doesn't really happen in real life, not even as a stunt, but that's just my preference. Have cage matches in Hell in a Cell for the ladies, but they don't really do that. And I guess if you want to consider this one a double takedown, like anything else, if you've seen enough of these WWE divas fight, they can just take each other down. It's like any stunt. I mean, all these people are basically stunt people, whether we're talking about movies or talking about WWE. Well, let me put that in the final thoughts, but this is the last stunt of the MGM trailer. So if I could put this up closer so we don't look blurry. So like I remember WWE when I was, about 10 or 11 years old. I watched it on Fox on Saturday mornings with Mean Gene Okerlund, God bless his heart, was announcing, and he would talk to The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels and the Ultimate Warrior and all these different people, Bam Bam Bigelow. I remember the Nintendo came out with WrestleMania and different games, and WrestleMania the arcade game, and it was bizarre, right? And then from the WWF, or it was called WWF back then, but because of the World Wildlife Foundation, WWE. But when WWF moved to cable, became Raw and then SmackDown, you had ECW. So, I mean, the last times I really cared about the shows were Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. And Eddie died, taking drugs to enhance his performance, or as far as I remember back then in his hotel room, his heart just stopped. And Chris Benoit was even worse because he killed his wife and his kid and then killed himself. And it was just the most horrific thing. I remember even when Tess talked about, that it's like a car hitting you at 25 miles an hour every day. Think real hard before you get into the business. And there was some animosity between JR and other people, and Ric Flair being racist. And that's behind the scenes. That's negativity. But I guess the positives of this is that you are in front of thousands of people, every, how many times a month? I mean, several times a month, performing in different states, performing with different wrestlers, acting out a script, improvising a little bit, between Stone Cold and The Rock. I think Stone Cold Steve Austin always lost to The Rock in all these big pay-per-view confrontations and stuff like that. So, I mean, to me, I don't virtue signal race or gender. Everyone shares. Everyone shares the world. So this to me is a really good, real life kind of, story of virtue and endurance and ascension and becoming really good. I like the actress more than the real Paige, the superstar. But anyway, that's all I can really say. And I was going to say before I cut to my final thoughts is that Stunt people, they train and they work, but their stunts are more controlled in a movie environments. Um, you have to do you as this WWE superstar, you have to do this all the time. You have to do stunts all the time. So it's not a matter of can you do it? Can you do it all the time? It's like Test, who was a wrestler, told you. You know, it tells you it's like a car hitting you at 25 miles an hour every day. Can you handle a car hitting you that like that every day? Because that's what it's like when people when you have throws and clotheslines and jumps and somersaults and parkour moves and anything like that. It's tough. I mean, like with Mackenzie Foy did that Hapkido. That's like one facet of so many different moves you do. Because yes, it's part trickery and like Rey Mysterio's 619 and all that, but it's getting hurt. It's getting so badly hurt that it's like for Mackenzie Foy, she would rather do her stunts sparingly, but she's mostly being an actress and a director and a painter and a creator and a love of martial arts and books and writing and music and things. She likes that creativity more, kind of that same way. But for WWE superstars and stunt people, it's a much different environment, and it's getting hurt as well as it's dishing it out as well as taking it, and that's what it is. So there are all kinds of stunt people, and there are all kinds of WWE superstars. Sometimes you see them on TV, and sometimes you don't, or in movies. Honor and respect your stunt doubles, and when you see a movie or a TV show, do a double take.